Hey everybody, Jon David had a 7 out of 10 day, and the reason why it's so low is because he had a really rough night with withdrawals. He, especially in the early morning hours, was not doing all that hot, ended up getting a Rescue Morphine, and ended up settling down, but his fluid positivity was plus 450, so they measure his fluid retention from 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. each day, and so he was positive 450 yesterday, which is not great. So because a lot of times when you have a lot of extra fluid, it ends up kind of settling in your lungs. They did a chest x-ray. The good news is that it looked stable. And so then today he's been more fluid even, which is good. So if you average the two out, then it's really not that bad. But positive 450 in one day, not good. And so he seems to have tolerated it fairly well. But because of how he did in the early morning hours and just with him having all that fluid positivity, they just decided to give him another rest day. So he did not have any weans today. And as the day went on, he settled out more. His withdrawals became less, and he sweated less, he coughed less. He got better. And Mama Kay held down the fort while Mallory, Hunter, and I went to the Bissett Family Reunion at Midnight Blue Martial Arts Studio. It's a karate studio in Henderson, and it's where my cousin is an instructor at. And after watching all 6 seasons of Cobra Kai and all the Karate Kids, wish I would have done karate growing up, but maybe Hunter or Jon David will pick it up and do it. It was a lot of fun being able to see some family that we haven't seen in a long time. Personally for me, I had not seen my granddaddy in about 3 months or better, which is when we had taken Hunter fishing and had seen him then. But there were some other people, like aunts and cousins that I hadn't seen, who typically we have like Sunday dinner there. And we usually try and come back about once a month and go. And I don't think I'd been since like January. I think Hunter and Mallory went one time in May without me while I stayed with Jon David. And then there were other people at the family reunion that I haven't seen in a decade or better. Like I've got a cousin that I went to high school with and ran cross country with and hadn't seen him in 14 years. So it was nice seeing people, which is one of the things that I'm sure everybody loves about family reunions, just catching up. And it was also really great being able to see Hunter play with his cousin Grayson, who they have not seen each other since May when they saw each other at Granddaddy's. And so that was really fun to watch as they've both gotten a little older and they were playing together and having fun. So it was good. And then speaking of that, Hunter just says some funny things. One, he was saying that he thinks, I guess, that all babies are Jon David. So Grayson's little sister Nova was born in April, and so he saw her and was like, "Oh, there's Jon David." It's like, no, buddy, that's Nova. Just because they're close in age doesn't mean, if it's a baby, it doesn't mean it's Jon David. And then the other thing that was funny is when we were getting ready to leave and do our little, for lack of a better term, custody exchange with Hunter, bringing him back here, we switched off who was driving to the hospital, and Mallory got in the front seat of the car, and Hunter goes, "Why is Mommy driving? Mommy doesn't drive." It was funny because usually when we are in the car together, I typically drive. But it's funny when like he just notices things or says things. Just like he noticed like Nova's a baby, and so since Nova's a baby, that's Jon David. No. But it's just fun things like that. And if you're wondering, the Bissett is my maternal grandmother's side. So that's the side of the family we got to see a lot of today. But some praises real quick. One, Jon David was able to settle down with 1 morphine last night instead of 4, like the last time that he had really bad withdrawals. 2, his x-ray stayed stable, which is a big deal with him having positive 450 on his fluid. And 3, he didn't have to have any oxygen or any type of oxygen support from being so fluid positive. So those are praises for the last 24 hours. He was able to kind of handle this under his own weight, which is really encouraging, meaning that he was able to kind of push through whatever it was that was going on. And they don't really know what's going on, so he's getting that echo tomorrow to just make sure and cover the bases that it's nothing to do with his heart. But they want to make sure, plus he's kind of due for an echo. We were saying that he should be getting one every week to 2 weeks, and the last time that he had one was the 10th. And so he's due for an echo. But if y'all would pray for these 2 things, 1, that he'll continue tolerating his weans and being able to progress forward. 2, that you will pray for all of those who've lost loved ones, especially those who've lost children. And then 3, if you'll pray for all of the kids and families battling congenital heart defects, because again, this is not an easy road for anybody. But that's all I got for y'all tonight. Hope y'all have a good night and God bless. Y'all continue to choose up daily.
Jon David.
And Jon David, tell everybody bye-bye.